Today we will tell you about the Daulatabad Fort located in Maharashtra, India. You might wonder why this fort is special when there are so many forts in India. It's also possible that you have never heard of this fort before. If that's the case, then you must watch the video until the end, and I'm sure you will definitely want to see this place for its beauty. The significant thing about this fort is that from the time it was built until the 14th century, it was unconquerable, meaning that among many forts, capturing this one was challenging. The reason for this was the way it was constructed and all the safety structures in place. Numerous attempts were made to capture this fort, but the enemies could never prevail. However, this fort was eventually taken due to internal cunning, deceit, and political maneuvering. The village and fort are mentioned in many books, dating back to the 6th century, when King Bhillamma ruled. This village was the capital of his empire, and he was the one who founded it, known as Devgiri. The village was established in 1187 by King Bhillamma. The fort was constructed during the reign of the Yadava king, Simbala II. The fort is located on 600-foot high mountain, making it appear quite imposing. One noteworthy aspect of the place where this fort is situated is that the surface is so smooth that neither a snake nor an ant can traverse it. Before entering this fort, enemies had to pass through 4 security checkpoints. The first of these was the formidable walls of the fort, which are approximately 20 to 25 feet wide, with their foundations extending 10 to 15 feet below ground. The fort is encircled by 3 such walls, known as Ambar Kot, Kala Kot, and Mahakot. The outer wall had a length of approximately 14 kilometers and a height of 12 meters. Now, just imagine that if the enemy had to enter this fort, they had to cross these massive walls, which were quite formidable. This means that the fort was constructed in a way that would exhaust the enemy before they could even make their way inside. The fort had a total of 7 entrances used by the king, soldiers, and the local residents, but an additional 52 doors were constructed specifically to confound and deter enemies. Many of these doors led to underground passages, while some opened to the lake where poisonous snakes and crocodile resides. The entrance doors of this fort were equipped with pointed nails to prevent enemy elephant from entering. Even if the enemy managed to enter the fort with horses and elephants, the interior road were designed to slow down their speed. The fort was heavily guarded with cannons and bastions positioned at every corner, and many of them still remains on the fort. These cannons typically weighed around 18 tons, were approximately 18 feet long, and had the capability to shoot at the enemy from a distance of up to 9 kilometers. And also the enemies were not able to see these bastions. And suppose if the enemy managed to enter after overcoming so many obstacles, they would still have to confront a steep slope made by cutting the edges of the mountain, which was so smooth that it was nearly impossible to ascend. In the palace, which is at the highest point, the king and his family members used to reside, and as a result, the security here was even more stringent than at other locations. This bridge was the sole route to reach the summit. Constructed from wood, they would lower it in the morning and raise it in the evening to prevent enemies from crossing it. Even if an enemy attempted to reach the other side by jumping into the water below, survival was impossible because the water contained venomous snakes and crocodiles. The water flow was regulated from the nearby lake, manually adjusted. If the enemy managed to cross this, there were tunnels ahead where soldiers hid to ambush the enemy, making it nearly impossible to escape. The initial tunnel was so dark that by the time the enemy spotted the soldier, they would already be dead. If the enemy somehow evaded this, there was a second tunnel used to burn and kill the enemy alive. A labyrinth was designed in such a way that no matter how skilled the enemy, escape was not possible. These caves are so dark that one cannot even see what is in front at a distance of just 1 foot. The stairs inside are small and made of a stone, virtually indestructible, and there was an overhead steel furnace to fill the cave with poisonous smoke, suffocating and killing the enemy. Now, have you seen any fort in the world with such extensive security measures? If not, don't worry. Subscribe to this channel to learn more about such forts all around the world. After emerging continuously from this tunnel and ascending the stairs, we reach the palace where the king and his family used to reside. Now just imagine how much efforts the enemy would have to put in to reach this palace. The roads and tunnels were constructed in a way that would exhaust the enemy. We too were fatigued by the time we reached this palace, but we had to reach the top before evening. The palace, which now appears dilapidated, was once filled with grandeur and splendor in its time. This is the highest point of the fort where a bastion is positioned, contributing to the safety of the palace. So, this concludes our tour of Daulatabad Fort, a sight no less magnificent than the Taj Mahal or the Red Fort. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please like and share the channel so that others can learn about such beautiful structures all over the world. I am Sumit and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.